Hi, this is Dana with Educate Regenerate, and I am here today with our Outside Everyday lesson, and we are going to talk about how to regrow some vegetables from common kitchen scraps. Because I don't know about you, but my seed pantry is running a little low, or maybe you don't have access to seeds at all, but you're still interested in growing some vegetables, or maybe just trying out some cool science experiments right now. And it might be hard to. And you might not even know that you can regrow full vegetables from a lot of things that you already have in your kitchen. And so that's what we're going to do today. So I wanted to show you what I scrounged up from my fridge today. So first, we have just a bag of carrots. And the type of carrots that I get usually are the kind with the tops still intact. And this is so that I can do this experiment. And I do this whenever I'm going to use the carrots for something like a soup, or I'm going to cook them into something. And so with a good knife, if you need help with the knife, be sure to ask a grown-up. You just cut off the top so that you have little green bits up at the top. And if you don't have the actual green bits, like here's an example of one. Like here's one where this is still the top of the carrot, but there's no green bits. It may or may not grow, but you can still give it a try. So there's no harm in trying. So I'm going to save the rest of these carrots for some cooking later. And then these will grow some green sprouts off the top. And very slowly over time, they will actually start to regrow some roots from the bottom and grow a new carrot, because a carrot is just the root of a plant. And so right here are some carrot tops that I've had sitting in water for a while. And they have already started to grow their green tops. And here is one that has started to grow quite a bit of green already. And this one is probably ready to go into some soil. And all you have to do is put your little piece that you cut off and put it in a little tray of water. Like this. This is just a glass Tupperware that I had lying around. And you just have to clean this out every 4 or 5 days or so. I've noticed it gets a little slimy otherwise, but that's all you have to do. So I'm going to take out this guy because he is looking ready. And then here is a container of some older carrot tops that I have been growing. And these are all carrots that I've been growing from carrots that I bought from the store. And you can see that I have some that are doing pretty well. And if I'm really gentle, I'm gonna pull this one up. There we go. And you can see it's actually been growing roots. And if I wait a lot longer, it'll start to grow an actual carrot from there. So I'm going to put this guy back in the soil and cover him back up. There we go. And so this guy is ready to go in the soil. And so this is just a mix of potting soil and a little bit of compost, homemade compost. But just a bag of potting soil from the grocery store is fine. And so I know a lot of stores are closed right now, but you can always get potting soil from a lot of your big grocery stores like Walmart or Fred Meyer, and I think like the Grange Co-op and lots of other big hardware stores and outdoor stores are still open too. So you can always get some potting soil too. And so you'll just take your little carrot top that has some green on it, and you'll, with your fingers or with a little trowel, dig a little hole in there. And you just want it to be nice and loose so that those tiny little baby roots have some freedom in there, and you just plop it in and cover it up so that only the green is showing, and you've covered up all the orange, the carrot top, and that's all. You just spray it with some water, or water it with a little watering can every day, but really lightly. You don't want to drown it. You just want to keep the water a little bit moist every day, and that's really all you have to do. This will take a while for it to actually turn into carrots, but in the meantime you'll have some greenery, and you can keep this outside because it's getting so warm out already, or you can keep it inside in your home. And there's a lot of other vegetables you can do this with. Here's an example of some celery that I found in my fridge that's not doing so well. I can just as easily chop off the top, take the bottom like this, and plunk it in a jar like this with some water, and it'll start to regrow. And it'll get little sprouts growing right from the middle, and it'll grow a whole new celery plant just from being in some water. I can do it with potatoes. So here is a potato from the store, and if you look really close you can see it's starting to sprout from the eyes. And now this potato is just about, it's still good to eat, but you gotta eat it really soon. But you have to cut off that piece where it's growing from the eye, and then you just have to put that little piece in some soil, and it'll start to grow a big sprout, and over time that can grow a whole new potato plant, which is very fun. And I have that as well growing in a big pot in my garden, or you could just put it right in the dirt in your garden if you have one. And so those are some really fun ways that you can grow some vegetables or some plants in your home from just kitchen scraps. And I challenge you to try all the different kitchen scraps you have. If you make a big vegetable soup and you have all sorts of different vegetable scraps left over, just try. Put them in water, put them in dirt, see which ones grow, which ones don't. Because these are just a few. And some of them work in water, some of them go directly in soil. And it can be a big experiment to find out which ones work in which way. And so that is my turn with outside every day.